That's right. This is a video for Leviathan. I'm talking to you, Danny, because I know that last week or this week you went and got your colonoscopy done. So I'm going to do a funny video about it and give it a good laugh. Ladies, oh, not even ladies. This is actually directed to all the guys. Guys, this goes to the, I'm playing a video game, by the way. This goes to the 40 and over group. So out of the 309 subscribers, besides the bots, and I doubt there's any women that's probably looking at my ugly ass, let's talk about you over 40 guys. All right? Get checked out medically. Okay? Trust me. You're going to trust me on this one. When I was 40 years old, I was going into my first deployment in 2002. We're going to talk very briefly about it, but we're not going to give any details. That when we deploy, we have to do a medical. That means a full medical exam, everything. EKG, blood. They check your teeth. They check your hearing. They check your eyes. And when I was there at Fort Carson in Colorado, they said all the over 40 go over to this line to my right. Okay. I'm like, I wonder what I'm doing here. We are going to check your prostate. Prostate? What the fuck? What the hell's a prostate? Well, they explain what a prostate is. It's a little gland in between your butthole and your balls. It's inside that helps you produce sperm and your hormones and other stuff. It's considered kind of important, especially if you're trying to make a family, right? I said, well, how in the hell are they going to do that? That little thing's deep inside. Well, I found out. Bend over, grab the table, actually bend down on your knees, stick your ass up, and they get a glove with some gel, stick it all the way up your butt, twist around to check to see if it's soft or hard, and snap. Well, let me tell you, it bothers me. And I was like, man, I mean, I thought that was, I was like, wow, that felt weird. So that's how they check back in the day. And they still do it in some cases. So I've had it happen to me a number of times since I was in my 40s. A number of times. And there's just no way around it. So after I demobed in 2002, guess what? We're going to go and check your prostate again. What? Ouch. Jesus, really? So, I didn't think nothing of it until 2004. What's going on my next deployment? So these guys, right, Leviathan? Yeah, let's get a little closer. There we go. And these guys, Leviathan, they did it again. This is the SRB. They stick the finger up there. They rotate it around. It hurts. Oh, wow. And it is disturbing. I find the whole thing disturbing. But in your 40s is when they started checking my PSA, prostate. Now, the idea, guys, for you 40 and over guys, is to be 4 and below your PSA. Okay? 4 and below. Now, you guys are out there like, well, I don't need that shit check. And yeah, you get a finger in your ass, you get to do blood draws. Now, when you get in your 50s now, I was just informed no more than maybe last year, I think, they said they're no longer doing the 40 and over. Now it's going to be 50 and over because the technology has changed since 2001 when I had it. The sting fingers and stuff stuck in your ass. But they did not do MRIs yet. So when my PSA came up hot, they said, oh wow, it went from a 4 to a 9. So they suspect prostate cancer. So before they did MRIs, they put you on that table, man, and they stick that thing all the way up your ass. They get the needles. You're going to get 13 needles. The first needle numbs your prostate, and the other 12, this little thing attached to this little clacker. You're talking about a needle, it's about that long. And they snip samples out of your prostate and to biopsy. So I came up negative, and I was in pain. Oh my God, I was in tears. It hurt so bad. It hurt so bad. I was in tears. And man, let me tell you guys, if you're going to get a biopsy on your prostate, I would suggest having them put you under for it, because if not, you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it. Trust me. You're going to pay for it, and it's going to suck. So between the ages of 50 to 58, folks, all sorts of medical stuff will start happening to you. Stop complaining about money. Stop complaining about, I don't have the time. You should get checked. In those 8 years, I had 3 biopsies on my prostate. 3 groups of biopsies. I now have a lesion. And each biopsy is 12 needles. So if I was to be a dick, I could say I had my prostate biopsy 36 times. But we're only going to call it 3 sessions. Then stuff starts happening to your stomach, your liver, and your kidneys. So my stomach, eventually you're going to start developing problems. You're going to start complaining about, man, why does my stomach hurt so much? Why feel like I'm throwing up in my throat? My throat's burning. That's when you start having GERDs, stomach problems. That's when you start complaining about ulcers. So when they go inside you, they biopsy your stomach. I had 30 small ulcers in my stomach. They biopsied my stomach to make sure I didn't have stomach cancer or the beginnings of stomach cancer. This goes to all you beer drinkers and you coffee drinkers and all you Red Bull guys. You better get that shit friggin' checked. You got to get your blood checked. Get in there and check your blood. Check your whites, your reds, your D-dimer. Check for your cholesterol, your lymph nodes. Check all that stuff. Check your thyroids. You got to check that stuff. I did more than 50 blood draws since the age of 50 for me. Since the age of 50 in 8 years, I did 50 of them. They did urinalysis. I must have done at least 10 of those. Stool cultures. I did at least 6 of those to check for colon cancer. And since at the age of 50, so if you so much as have one polyp inside your colonoscopy, guys, I had one that came up precancerous. You're going to do another one within 4 years. And they're going to check again. And they're going to check again. And you're going to be doing more and more colonoscopies. And it's going to suck. That's because of the types of foods you're eating. Too much red meat, too much greasy foods is the cause of all that. Or you can say, I inherited, which can happen. But you got to get all that checked out. I mean, it's since for 50 to 58 right now, 3 biopsies on my prostate, 1 biopsy on my stomach, 1 in my throat. I had 3 colonoscopies. They did a biopsy in my colon. Bleeding hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoid banding. My D-dimer is high. The D-dimer is for blood clotting. That is now up. My liver enzymes are high. And you get that from drinking, eating greasy foods, too much sugar. Come on, guys, we're in our 40s and our 50s. We shouldn't even be eating that crap anymore. So once those things go up, it is the beginning of liver disease. You got to get that checked. Do the EKG, especially you, Leviathan. You're looking a little heavy since last time I saw you. You know what? I mean, we still can't party like we partied, guys. Times has changed. And I had cataract surgeries. I had 2 of them because of all the months and months of being in the deserts and Kuwait, Iraq, Egypt, Israel, all those places. I've had 7 skin biopsies with lesions that were showing up, molds that look weird, and they wanted to test. So you got that going on. So you got to make a difference. I mean, you got to make a plan, guys, and you cannot use the I have no money excuse. I don't have time, and I'm going to eat whatever I damn well please. And you know what, guys? You can if you want to mess your life up. I plan on trying to get to the end of my life as less painful as humanly possible. You know, stop taking those fucking aspirins and Advils. You know, you got to stop doing all that bullshit. You know, stop with the sodas at the age of 50. Stop with the Red Bulls. You know, drink coffee in moderation. Ladies and gentlemen, not ladies, but guys, this is Jeff the Pharaoh saying, dude, it's going to be a train wreck if you don't start taking care of yourself a little bit. Go and get checked out. Do the checklist. Check everything. Your reds, your whites, your D-dimers, your lymph nodes, your thyroid, your prostate, have your liver looked at, your kidneys, urinalysis, stool cultures, all that stuff. Get it done. And get it fast. Because if you decide that you just don't want to do it, you can catch something, and unfortunately it might even be too late to do anything about it. Look at Johnny Ramone of the Ramones. That guy kept on having pissing problems. He didn't want to go to the doctor because he was too cheap, and he waited for years until finally he couldn't piss. They went and looked inside his fucking pee-pee down his fucking prostate, and they did a Gleason score on it. Out of a 12, he had an 11, which meant that Johnny Ramone only had roughly 5 years to live. So ladies and gentlemen, so guys, get it checked. This is Jeff the Pharaoh going down.